Good morning. Greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. Registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality, to your health, to your well-being, and to addressing your challenges, your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side to help clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and high blood pressure and obesity and skin diseases like eczema and acne and psoriasis and rosacea and digestive ailments and autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that healing and renewing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we're here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your calls at 855-660-4261. If you have a success story you'd like to share, we love hearing success stories. If you want to simply contribute to the conversation, if you have questions about prescription drugs or nutritional ingredients, if you want to help a loved one get off their meds, if you want to get off your meds, 855-660-4261 is our Bright Side number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on The Bright Side, head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart. We have all the longevity products that you hear advertised on The Bright Side and recommended and suggested on brightsideben.com. You can also call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 and ask them about joining the Bright Side Ben team. For a one-time $10 fee, you can start a longevity business. Join me in my mission to educate the world about the power and importance of a nutritional supplementation program. You can get yourself a little business. You can start yourself a little business, enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having a business. You can get your products at the wholesale price, and, of course, you can make a little bit of money selling longevity products, including the Beyond Tangy Tangerine multivitamin mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or the folks on the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 can tell you all about it. All righty. Welcome once again to the Bright Side. We've been talking about retinoic acid, retinoids, vitamin A, the vitamin A family for the last couple of weeks now. I'm not going to get the chance to finish up everything I want to tell you about vitamin A. There's just so much to talk about. Maybe the most complicated and well-rounded and diverse of all the vitamins. Really not a vitamin at all. As we've said many times, vitamin A comes in different forms. Retinoic acid is the active form. Retinol is the cream, is the, middle form. It's not quite as active as retinoic acid, and it's not as inactive as the inactive form, retinyl palmitate. All three forms of these vitamins are actually hormones. They're not really vitamins. They're command molecules. Vitamins, as we've said, are cofactors. They assist other chemical reactions, as important as they are. They're assisting molecules. Vitamin A is no assisting molecule. It's a commanding molecule. That makes it more akin to a hormone than a vitamin. The three main vitamins, the three main vitamin children, retinyl palmitate, retinol, retinoic acid, they're all effective, but retinoic acid is the active form. Retinoic acid is so potent, it's used as chemotherapy. Vitamin A is the building vitamin. Vitamin A for anabolic. Vitamin A for B. Vitamin A for building. Bodybuilders, take note. Weightlifters, take note. Athletes, weekend warriors, take note. Anyone interested in growth and repair, recovery from surgery, longevity, anti-aging, take note. Vitamin A is super important for the longevity and building process, for the growth and repair process. And vitamin A has special relevance for the skin. We've been talking a lot about vitamin A's role in helping skin cells divide and differentiate correctly. Vitamin A keeps cells dividing correctly, preventing the formation of pimples and zits, and stabilizing the secretion of skin oils and proteins. These skin oils comprise the surface, the coating These skin cells comprise the surface, the coating of the skin, that's the epidermis. But as it turns out, vitamin A also plays a key role in strengthening the lower areas of the skin that make up the skin's bulk, that make up the skin's thickness. It's called the dermis, and this is the area that breaks down when we get wrinkles, when we get thinning skin as we get older. Many of the signs of aging that we get so distressed about when we look at the mirror, oh, darn, another fine line, oh, my God, I got these wrinkles. Many of these signs are things that vitamin A deficiency can cause and vitamin A replacement can improve. The dermis is the area where you get wrinkles and thinning skin. The dermis is made up of connective tissue. Connective tissue is made up of protein and protein sugar blends. These things called proteoglycans. They're protein sugar blends or protein sugar complexes. These proteoglycans, you probably have heard of stuff like high hyaluronic acid or chondroitin. These are proteoglycans, and they help keep the skin kind of bouncy, give the skin a sort of bouncy texture, a thick texture. These proteoglycans absorb water. Proteoglycans and collagen and elastin are made out of one kind of cell, one kind of incredible cell. I call it a factory cell because it's a manufacturing cell. It's called a fibroblast. In biochemistry, whenever you hear the word blast or the suffix blast, B-L-A-S-T, blast, you're referring to a factory-like cell. A fibroblast is a cell in factory-like fashion that makes fibers, fibroblast. An osteoblast makes bone. A myoblast makes muscle. The suffix blast refers to the fact that this is a factory-like cell. Well, what's really cool about vitamin A is it turns on fibroblasts like your key turns on your car. Vitamin A initiates fibroblast production of proteoglycans and collagen and elastin. Ladies, how many hundreds and thousands of dollars do you spend every year on wrinkle creams, on creams that purport to stimulate collagen? Well, guess what? I've been in the skincare business for 30 years, and there's almost nothing that you can buy in the department store that's going to stimulate collagen like vitamin A. If you aren't using vitamin A cream, you're crazy. If you're wasting your money on wrinkle cream and not using retinoic acid cream or retinol cream, what are you thinking? There's nothing that's as potent as vitamin A in either its retinoic acid or retinol forms for stimulating collagen production and eliminating wrinkles, preventing wrinkles, even reversing them once they've already formed. In the presence of vitamin A, fibroblasts make collagen, they make elastin, they give the skin, the vitamin A and the collagen and the elastin can give the skin flexibility and resilience. Vitamin A turns on the fibroblast to make proteoglycans, to maintain the skin's plump, bouncy nature. Vitamin A is fibroblast food. If you're wrinkling up, you're dealing with fibroblast starvation. Vitamin A is fibroblast food. If you're dealing with wrinkling, you're dealing with fibroblast suffocation, fibroblast toxification. And guess what? Vitamin A is anti-inflammatory. So it can help improve suffocation and toxification of these all-important factory cells. Vitamin A is fibroblast medicine. It's fibroblast food. It upregulates everything out of the fibroblasts. It's vitamin anabolic. It's vitamin building. It builds stuff. That means less wrinkles and less photo damage. And because it turns on the production of proteoglycans, that means it's a natural moisturizer. Yes, proteoglycans are moisturizers. Vitamin A stimulates the production of proteoglycans. That makes it a natural moisturizer. It helps keep the skin soft and hydrated, not in the fake, silly moisturizing cream kind of way where you smear oil and wax on your skin and then you say, oh, I'm moisturized because you got wax and oil on your skin. I'm talking real water-trapping hydration. That's what proteoglycans do, and that's what vitamin A turns on the production of. Proteoglycans are also important for wound healing. Proteoglycans fight cancer. Proteoglycans turn on the immune system. This all comes from vitamin A. You guys, can you see how darn important this stuff is? And by the way, one of the neat things about proteoglycans is you can get benefit from proteoglycan benefit from eating the stuff. You can eat proteoglycans. That's one of the reasons why bone soup is so darn important. It's loaded with proteoglycans. That means bone soup is not only great for your immune system and for your joints, it's great for your skin too. Bone soup is anti-wrinkle food. Bone soup is skin moisturizing food. If you're a vegetarian, you could try to use seaweed, which is nature's richest non-animal source of these proteoglycans, or the Z-Radical from Longevity. I got a post up on the Z-Radical at pharmacistben.com. All right, we're coming back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. Have you ever wondered why farmers can keep their livestock lean and healthy just by feeding them minerals in a nutrient-dense diet? Before market, they cut off their minerals, leaving them to crave high-calorie grains to fatten them up. So if weight control is this easy, why does the medical system prescribe invasive surgical gastric bypass for humans? The truth be told, according to research, you can avoid over 900 different diseases just by getting 90 essential nutrients daily. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com and order your Healthy Start Pack and get your 90 for life. Or dial 855-301-TEAM. I said essential, not optional, and every day. Easy. 90 for life on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com or call 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. That's 855-301-TEAM. Check us out on the web at sonsoflibertyteam.com. At sonsoflibertyteam.com.
Gold. If you listen to the radio, watch TV, or surf the net, you're hearing about gold. Eventually you will ask yourself, is gold right for me? The answer might surprise you. We protect ourselves and our families from many things. Do you have medical insurance? Is your home insured? Do you carry life insurance? How about financial insurance? If you own gold, then the answer is yes. If you don't own gold, the question is, why don't you have financial insurance? We put our faith in things we trust. Do you trust the dollar? Do you trust the economy? Do you trust the government? Gold has always been something you can trust. For thousands of years, people have put their faith in gold. Where will you put your faith? Now is the time to protect yourself and your family. Call Midas Resources today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 242. 1-800-686-2237, extension 242. And ask for Jim Parker. Let me help you get started today. 1-800-686-2237, extension 242.
People are taking charge of their lives with healthier lifestyles. That's why you have to experience the Raleigh-Durham Gluten and Allergen-Free Wellness Event. One day only, Saturday, August 17th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Durham Convention Center in Durham, North Carolina. Explore the Gluten and Allergen-Free Wellness Event, where learning is fun and delicious. Discover the world of gluten-free with free samples, cooking demonstrations, and lectures with well-known members of the gluten-free community. Enter the raffle, and you could win the grand prize of a catered barbecue from Bone Suckin' Sauce, valued at $3,000. The Raleigh-Durham Gluten and Allergen-Free Wellness Event, August 17th at the Durham Convention Center. For more, visit RALEIGHGlutenFreeExpo.blogspot.com. RaleighGlutenFreeExpo.blogspot.com. Presented by Udi's Gluten Free, Glutino, Enjoy Life Foods, and Youngevity.
There is a false sense of security that the greatest economic crash since the Great Depression is over. But unemployment is still at a 20-year high, and until Americans are working again, the economy has not recovered. What is the smartest investment you can make? It's food. Having a supply of eFoods Direct 25-year shelf-life food is your best investment for the troubled times today and the future. For 32 years, the folks at eFoods Direct have helped thousands take the trouble out of troubled times. So to celebrate our 32-year anniversary, get the best insurance possible with a special one-time offer. A 2-month food supply for only $320 and free shipping. That's 352 servings of our newest and most popular award-winning recipes at less than $1 per serving. The 25-year shelf life allows you to lock your food cost against inflation. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. The 2-month supply is only available for a limited time. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
The GCN Radio Network, providing the world with hard-hitting talk radio. GCN. Great talk radio starts here.
All right, we're back on the bright side. 855-660-4261 is our number. In our third segment, we're going to be talking to Reverend Tabiti, a guy I've known for about 20 years. He's going to be talking about fasting. This is a guy who fasts, doesn't eat anything the first 7 days of each month, and he's bench pressing 50, I think he told me 50 or 60 pounds over his body weight. And this guy is absolutely ripped. He looks awesome, and I want him to share his testimony on fasting with you guys. So if you're of the mindset that you got to eat all the time, you got to eat 3 meals a day, you got to graze all day long, you're going to want to hear what Reverend Tabiti says about fasting. The guy doesn't eat 7 days a month, the first 7 days of every month. And he looks awesome. All right, so continuing on with vitamin A, definitely not going to finish up everything I want to say about vitamin A. I'll probably say that for my blog post. We're going to continue talking about other bone-building vitamins and nutrients on our next program. We'll talk about the next important bone-building nutrient, which is something that you guys have all heard of, but like vitamin A, it's not even a vitamin, as it turns out. And we'll be talking about that on our next Bright Side episode. Just a few more things I want to touch on with vitamin A. Yesterday we said that you can get benefits from vitamin A by using it topically, putting it on your skin in terms of acne, in terms of blemishes, in terms of skin lightening. I got a Facebook message from somebody who wanted me to help him with a retinol vitamin A cream for his wife's acne. He said that his wife had been suffering with acne for many years, and he wanted to do a retinol cream, a vitamin A cream. Indeed, vitamin A cream is very important for helping heal and improve the appearance of blemished skin, of pimpled skin. But if you have acne, folks, you don't have a skin condition. It's not like vitamin A cream is going to cure acne. It's going to improve the appearance of acne, improve the appearance of blemishes. But if you have acne, you have an internal, hormonal, digestive condition, hormonal or digestive condition, or both. You could also be dealing with nutritional deficiencies. But the bottom line is acne is not a skin issue, even though it shows up on the skin. That having been said, vitamin A cream can do a lot of things for improving the appearance. Vitamin A can also do a lot of things for improving the function of the lower levels of the skin, the dermis, where the fibroblasts live. You can put vitamin A on top of the skin in its retinol form or its retinoic acid form in a cream or a gel or even a solution. And that vitamin A that you put on top of your skin is going to migrate, make its way down to the lower areas of the skin. And that, folks, is amazing. There's not a lot of skincare ingredients that you can put on top of your skin and have that stuff go down, have the ingredients go down into the lower areas of the skin. Remember, the skin is a very effective barrier. Typically, skincare ingredients aren't going to get much past the surface. Most skincare products and skincare ingredients will pretty much stay on the surface, the so-called stratum corneum, the hard layer. Occasionally, some ingredients may make it through the skin surface. Perfumes tend to get a little bit lower into the skin surface, and if you play around with the formulation, the vehicle, the cream or the lotion or the gel, you can get a little bit more past the skin surface, maybe get into the epidermis, the surface of the skin. But vitamin A not only is going to get past the tippy-top stratum corneum, the hard layer, not only will it make it past the upper layers of the skin, the so-called epidermis, but vitamin A will actually migrate its way down into the dermis, and folks, that is amazing. There's very few skincare ingredients that can make it that far into the skin without some kind of solvent like DMSO or some kind of creative cosmetic chemistry. But it gets even better. Vitamin A can be applied topically to the skin, and not only will it make its way through the stratum corneum, and not only will it make its way through the surface of the skin, the epidermis, not only will it get into the dermis, but it will actually get into those little factory cells. You can put vitamin A on top of your skin, and eventually, if it's in the correct form, the retinoic acid form, eventually it's going to make it down into those little factory fibroblast cells where it will activate them at the genetic level. That means you can actually change your very genetics in epigenetic fashion by using a topical cream. And folks, that is unheard of in the world of skincare. That doesn't happen anywhere, with perhaps the exception of vitamin C. It doesn't happen that you actually get fibroblastic effects, genetic manipulation, epigenetic effects by using a topical skincare ingredient. That doesn't happen anywhere except with vitamin A. That means more collagen, more elastin, more proteoglycans, bouncy, soft, hydrated skin, less wrinkles, less fine lines, everything you could possibly want in a skin anti-aging ingredient you get from vitamin A topically. And bonus, you also improve wound healing because stimulating collagen production and proteoglycans also turn on the healing process, the wound healing process. I remember when I was starting off my pharmacy career back in the 1980s, retinoic acid or retin-A cream was in its heyday. First came out in the market in the late 1960s. By the middle 1980s, retinoic acid cream was all the rage for acne. Remember, kids would come in. I was working in a pharmacy that was next to a dermatologist's office. And moms would come in pretty much every day with prescriptions. They'd bring their teenagers in. They have prescriptions for retin-A for little Johnny or little Jane's acne. And what started happening after filling their prescriptions for their kids a couple of times, invariably, ultimately, I would start to see the moms coming in with the prescriptions. The moms would be filling their own prescriptions for retin-A, which I was I found quite strange. I was like, oh, she doesn't have acne. She's in her 40s or 50s. She doesn't have any acne. What the heck's going on? It kept happening. Moms would come in. First, the moms would come in for their kids to get the Retin-A for their kids, and then the next couple of prescriptions, the moms would be in by themselves with their own prescriptions for Retin-A. What was happening was the moms were getting a hold of their kids' Retin-A, and lo and behold, their fine lines and wrinkles were disappearing. That's because vitamin A is anti-wrinkle as well as anti-acne. Retinoic acid smooths and softens skin, not just acne-prone skin, but also aging skin. Vitamin A is the best anti-aging, wrinkle-preventing, wrinkle ingredient you could ever use in its retinoic acid form. And it's especially effective, by the way, for improving sun-damaged skin. And when you understand the building and anabolic properties of vitamin A, this makes perfect sense. If you're going to use a retinoic acid cream for its anti-aging effects, you want to exfoliate your skin first with a washcloth. Perhaps use some alpha-hydroxy acid, glycolic acid, or lactic acid first. Nothing too strong. But the stimulation from your washcloth and from the alpha-hydroxy acid is going to enhance the penetration and the effects of the retinoic acid. Whenever you want to increase penetration of an active ingredient, before you put that active ingredient on the skin, you want to wash your face with something that's going to exfoliate a little bit, or use a washcloth to kind of shake that stratum corneum, that hard layer, up so that you get better penetration of your active ingredients. You don't want to do too much because retinoic acid can be a little powerful. It can be a little bit irritating on its own right, but a tiny little bit of exfoliation, either glycolic acid, lactic acid, citric acid, some kind of alpha-hydroxy acid, apple cider vinegar works, wine works. Wine contains something called tartaric acid, which is like an alpha-hydroxy acid. You stimulate it a little bit. You shake up that stratum corneum a little bit. You can even use a washcloth. Put your retinoic acid cream. You get better penetration. All right. I want to finish up a couple other things about vitamin A. I want to talk about beta-carotene, which is pre-vitamin A, a precursor to vitamin A. It's not exactly vitamin A. You can get some vitamin A benefits, but you got to have a functioning liver, a well-functioning liver, a well-functioning digestive system, because this breakdown of the carotene into vitamin A occurs in the liver and in the intestine. But carotenes are not vitamin A. Beta-carotene is not vitamin A. It's pre-vitamin A. It has to be converted into vitamin A. Carotenes, by the way, are really important stuff. Very, very important. Not just because beta-carotene is a precursor to vitamin A. Carotenes are pink and they're red and they're orange. They're found in pumpkins and watermelon and squash. Anytime you have carrots, anytime you have a red or orange type of food, you've got carotenes. Carotenes are super, mega important for the skin, not just because of vitamin A. They're important for sun protection, and they also turn on the immune system. All right, our number 855-660-4261. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Third segment, we're going to be talking to Reverend Tabiti about fasting, and we'll be taking your phone calls here coming up. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
Join us in Joshua Tree, California, August 9th through 11th for the Contact in the Desert UFO Conference. A weekend of in-depth exploration into ancient aliens, human origins, crop circles, UFO sightings, and new evidence of ongoing contact. The conference will feature films, panels, lectures, workshops, and fieldwork with leading experts, including Stephen Greer, Giorgio Tsoukalos, Graham Hancock, Jim Mars, Michael Tellinger, Laura Eisenhower, Jason Martell, David Wilcock, Doc Wallach, David Sereda, and many, many more of the biggest names in ufology. The conference will coincide with the Perseid Meteor Shower, and the Joshua Tree Retreat Center offers the perfect place for sightings through the clear desert sky. Enter to win a free ticket at contactinthedesert.com. We look forward to seeing you in Joshua Tree in August for a serious look at mounting evidence that we are not alone. For more information, go to contactinthedesert.com or call 760-365-8371.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
There are those curious about Bitcoins and those using and making money with Bitcoins. What are Bitcoins? A Bitcoin is the first decentralized currency that can be easily transferred from person to person over the Internet. No bank needed. This means lower fees, and accounts can never be frozen, limited, or closed. You are in control of your money. And the best part? You can start earning and making money with Bitcoins right away. No computer or expertise is required to earn money with Bitcoins, and a growing number of merchants now accept Bitcoins. Plus, they're easily exchanged for dollars, euros, and more. Learn more about the easiest, cheapest, most profitable way to enter the Bitcoin market and get paid every 2 weeks by one of the fastest growing Bitcoin miners in the world at cloudhashing.com. Just like it sounds, cloudhashing.com. That's cloudhashing.com. We mine your business.
Now available in softcover and Kindle on Amazon is a revolutionary book that will forever change the way you look at health and diet. Dr. Brian Sturgeon's Body and Brain Diet. This amazing diet and exercise plan was developed when the surgeon himself was confronted with heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. There's no starving yourself and no calorie counting. You'll learn it's not how much you eat, but what you eat. Find easy-to-prepare recipes and simple step-by-step workout plans that exercise mind and body simultaneously. On the plan, Dr. Sturgeon lost over 70 pounds and reversed all the diseases naturally and with no medication. And many of his patients have had similar success. The Body and Brain Diet allows you to naturally diminish or reverse diabetes, hypertension, coronary artery disease, skin tags, psoriasis, and more. A whole new outlook on life and a healthy future awaits you. And Dr. Brian Sturgeon's Body and Brain Diet, available in softcover and Kindle on Amazon.com.
America's #1 source for independent talk radio for over a decade. We are the GCN Radio Network.
We're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. 855-660-4261 is our number if you want to learn more about the longevity products or purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us advertise on the program. Check out my website, brightsideben.com, or my blog, pharmacistben.com. I'm going to save a bunch of stuff on vitamin A for a blog post that I'll do here in the next couple of days because there's so much more I want to say, but gosh, we've been talking about vitamin A now for 2 or 3 weeks, and I think it's time to move on. On our next Bright Side episode, we'll talk about vitamin A's cousin, partner, if you will. The other vitamin that's not really a vitamin, and it's a hormone, and that is vitamin D. There's so much misunderstandings about vitamin D, so we'll probably end up talking for a week or two on that one. A couple last things I want to say about vitamin A. There's an important relationship between protein metabolism and zinc metabolism and vitamin A. Vitamin A is important for both. There's a nice, interesting cross-relationship between zinc and vitamin A. Deficiencies in one can cause deficiencies in the other. Make sure you're taking vitamin A and zinc if you're interested in anti-aging and wound healing. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day. Let's see. Protein metabolism is also important, and fat metabolism also. Fat malabsorption syndrome affects 30% of Americans. If you've had your gallbladder removed, if you have any liver problems, 30% of Americans have fatty liver disease. If you have any kind of issues around fat malabsorption, you're at risk for vitamin A deficiency, and that means zinc deficiency, and that means protein malabsorption, and that means accelerated aging, and that means poor wound healing, and that means lousy skin on top of everything else, and a poor immune system, too, because vitamin A is important for the immune system. So focus on fat malabsorption. If you find that you're eating fatty foods and you don't feel so good, that is an important red flag, people, and don't let them touch your gallbladder. Don't let them take your gallbladder. If you've already had it taken out, you got to concentrate on using lecithin, using bile salts, making sure you've got apple cider vinegar after your meals, making sure you're taking digestive enzymes, making sure that you're breaking up or crushing up your fatty foods, blending them up, making sure you're blending vegetables with your oils. Vegetables contain lots of fatty substances that are important for the skin. Before we went to break, we were talking about carotenes. Carotenes are mega important for the skin. I mean really important for the skin and for the immune system. It's very difficult to access carotenes out of foods anyway under the best of circumstances, but if you have any fat malabsorption issues, it's going to be much more difficult for you to access these carotenes out of your vegetables. So if you have a gallbladder missing, you suspect fat malabsorption issues, you got Crohn's disease, celiac disease, liver problems, grind up your veggies in a blender or in a food processor, or even just mash them up a little bit with one of those potato mashers. Add some oil, add some butter to your veggies. Always cook your veggies a little tiny bit. Roast them just a little tiny bit, or steam them just a little tiny bit with coconut oil, with butter, with oil. Throw in some Celtic sea salt just to get your minerals, and that'll help you access the carotenes that are so important for your skin. Algae are really good sources of carotenes, by the way. And carotenes are also very important for eye health. If you've heard of things like lutein or zeaxanthin or astaxanthin, these are often found in eye vitamins like the Vision FX from Longevity or iVite or Ocuvite. These are carotenes, carotenoids, and they're very, very important for the eyes as well as for the skin and the immune system. But again, you're going to have a hard time getting them out of foods if you're dealing with digestive issues. So grind them up, slightly heat them, roast them, add oils, mix them up with your oils to help pull out those carotenes. And eat algae, eat seaweed. And get on the Z-Radical, folks. That stuff is amazing. Read my post at pharmacistben.com about the Z-Radical. It's 90% sulfated fucoidin, which is an amazingly important proteoglycan that supports immune health and supports the healing of the digestive tract as well. All right, let's see. A couple more things about vitamin A. Vitamin A is important for steroid synthesis. If you're dealing with menopausal issues, vitamin A can help with the production of steroid hormones out of the adrenal glands. Menopausal symptoms like hot flashes are often caused by adrenal stress. Vitamin A is very important for the adrenal glands and for helping make steroid hormones. One last thing about vitamin A is doctors, being doctors and not chemists, and not really all that, well, we'll go there. Doctors don't like pregnant women taking vitamin A. When you're pregnant, they'll say, don't take vitamin A. Well, that is just flat-out stupidity. Unfortunately, for women who are not taking vitamin A when they're pregnant, vitamin A is very important can be very important for helping protect against stretch marks. So if you're deficient in vitamin A while you're pregnant, not only do you run risks of having a baby who's deficient in vitamin A, but you also run higher risks of getting stretch marks. So if your doctor says to you not to take vitamin A, ask your doctor why he says that. And if he tells you, well, it may cause birth defects, you ask your doctor where he found that, because that's kind of a myth that's out there that vitamin A taken in regular doses, not super high doses, but regular doses, is a teratogen, meaning it causes birth defects. That's kind of a mythology. In super high doses it may be a problem, but regular doses have never been shown to do that. And if your doctor tells you not to take vitamin A, suggest to your doctor that a vitamin is essential, that you and your fetus need vitamin A, and also suggest to your doctor that vitamin A may actually, because of its collagen-producing properties, help reduce or eliminate even the development of stretch marks. Okay. Anything else? There's lots of other stuff about vitamin A, but anything else you want to know about, check out go to pharmacistben.com in the next few days, and I'm going to have a post up there about some of these other miscellaneous benefits of this wonderful, wonderful vitamin A. On our next Bright Side episode, we'll start talking about vitamin A's cousin, and that is vitamin D, for bone health as well as for a lot of other things. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple phone calls in here. Jonathan in New York, what's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. How's it going?
Going good. How you doing? How can I help you?
A few years ago, I started losing, like, my hair and everything like that, and, like, small patches.
Okay.
How
old are you?
28 years old.
Okay, well, you're too young to be losing your hair. The main reason why male pattern baldness occurs at such a young age is because of stress hormones, especially something called prolactin. Prolactin doesn't get a lot of press, and we haven't really talked a lot about prolactin, but prolactin and cortisol are both behind a lot of male pattern baldness issues. Now, when we talk about stress hormones, oftentimes people think about, well, emotional stress and mental stress, and certainly those are problems, but even more significant is physiologic stress, usually from digestive health issues. So, first and foremost, you want to correct any kind of digestive health issues that you're having. Do you have any issues with, any problems with salt cravings or dizziness when you're working out, or dizziness when you get out of bed, or dizziness when you stand up real quickly? Has that ever happened to you?
No, but I actually was diagnosed about 2 years ago that I have alopecia universalis.
Okay, well, guaranteed you got some kind of cortisol or prolactin issue then. You want to see if you can notice any of these symptoms, by the way, because that can be an indicator to how well you're doing once you start correcting your adrenal problems. Number one, salt and minerals for the adrenal glands. And by salt, I'm talking Celtic sea salt, a teaspoonful of Celtic sea salt in water. Sip it slowly. You don't find yourself craving salt?
No, not really. I actually try to avoid as much as I can with it.
Well, don't avoid it as much as you can. Drink it as much as you can. Now, don't force yourself to drink it, but sip on it until it doesn't. Sip on Celtic sea salt water until it doesn't taste so great for you. 50 milligrams of zinc a day, very important for the adrenal glands, and zinc can also help you with help support male hormones. Sometimes the male hormone DHT accumulates, and DHT is thought to be a culprit behind male pattern baldness. Zinc can help reduce the production of DHT. 50 milligrams of zinc a day. Always balance your zinc with copper. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day, 2 to 4 milligrams of copper a day. Vitamin C is very important for the adrenal glands. If you have any kind of digestive health issues, those need to be corrected as well, because they're going to put some additional stress on the adrenals. Hey, Jonathan, we're running out of time. Shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com, and I'll help you out personally. Put your phone number on there, too. Sorry if we left you on hold. ben@ksco.com is my email. Put in the subject heading we left you on hold, and I'll get to you. I'll address your question personally. Reverend Davidi and fasting is coming up next.
I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
A
Attention citizens of northern Arizona. Are you prepared? If not, now's your chance to get prepared at the Arizona Survivalist Prepper Expo. August 24th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Tim's Toyota Center in Prescott Valley. Visit with Arizona-based and national suppliers of such items as freeze-dried foods, solar ovens, solar equipment, tactical gear, camping gear, water filtration supplies, and much more. Do you need a bug-out bag? Do you need to stock up on freeze-dried food? Are you curious what a solar oven is? Take a tour of the Ultimate Bunker, a portable above or below ground survival shelter. Visit with Doomsday Prepper stars from around Arizona, such as Tim Ralston of Gear Up and Brian Moffitt of Extreme Defense USA. Informative speakers will be providing valuable insight every hour on such topics as long-term food storage and emergency first aid skills. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your neighbors. We won't rest until every citizen in Arizona is prepared. Visit our website, ArizonaSurvivalistshows.com.
What's safer and cheaper than prescription drugs?
Glad you asked. The answer is Renovation Teas. Herbal remedies are much safer and much cheaper than prescription drugs. Taste great, and most importantly, herbal teas are effective and non-addictive. Renovation Tea is especially unique, and here's why. We spent years researching herbs and their beneficial properties. Renovation Teas uses only 100% organic, fair trade herbs. Our teas are blended towards specific ailments and health conditions, such as diabetes, blood pressure, anxiety, libido, detox, and much more. All Renovation Teas are formulated and hand-filled in Arkansas. Take care of yourself naturally, the way Mother Nature intended. Order Renovation Teas at renovationtea.com or call 870-784-3121. That's 870-784-3121. Renovation Teas. Renovate your health one bag at a time.
Are you tired of searching for great talk radio?
Something more important.
Search no more. We are the GCN Radio Network.
All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Before we went to break, we were talking about male pattern baldness. Zinc, if you guys are dealing with, anybody out there dealing with male pattern baldness, and you could be a woman and have issues with alopecia, which is a fancy way of saying baldness, think stress hormones. That's the most important thing to concentrate on, and that is cortisol and prolactin, which we don't talk about a lot. Prolactin is a hormone that's produced by the pituitary gland in the brain, and its main role is to stimulate milk production in women after they deliver a baby, but it's also a stress hormone, and there's a lot of literature that suggests it may be behind male pattern baldness. So reducing the production of these stress hormones, strengthening the adrenal glands is the number one way to take care of male pattern baldness issues. And that means, most importantly, correcting any digestive distress and then working on adrenal health. Celtic sea salt and water is a great way to protect the adrenal glands. A teaspoon of Celtic sea salt and water, sip on it slowly, especially if you have salt cravings. Vitamin C is very important for the adrenal glands, 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams a day. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day, along with 2 to 4 milligrams of copper a day, can be very important for the adrenal glands. There's something called adrenal extract that you can use that's important for the adrenal glands. And then vitamin B5 is also very important for the adrenal glands. In fact, the whole B complex is important for adrenal health, but especially vitamin B5 and vitamin B12. So focus on adrenal gland health when it comes to dealing with male pattern baldness issues. Wish we had more time to address that. That's a subject I get lots of letters about. All right. I'm really, really pleased to introduce my next guest to you. This is a guy I've known for about 20 years, and we've been talking about health for 20 years. And this guy is amazingly healthy. I'm not going to tell you how old he is, but he's old. No, he's not really old, but he's a lot older than he looks. He's a lot older than he looks. And for the last couple of years, he's been fasting the first 7 days of every month. Now, you guys know I'm always talking about the importance of fasting, how it's the most powerful anti-aging and longevity tool at our disposal. We eat way, way more than we need. We basically need to eat about 1/10 of the amount of food that we eat. You'd be fine just eating a meal every couple of days, really, and you certainly don't want to be grazing all day, which is the crazy dietitian advice most people are getting from dietitians and from doctors. So I was talking to my friend the other day, Reverend Tabiti. I was talking to him the other day, and he was telling me about fasting and about his exercise program. And I was just so blown away. I said, Tabiti, you got to come on and you got to tell your testimony. You got to tell the folks what you're doing. Tabiti's a published author. He's got a great new book that's just came out, and he'll tell you all about that. I'm really pleased and honored to to welcome to the bright side my good friend, Reverend Tabiti. Greetings, Reverend.
Hey, Ben. How are you, brother?
Good to talk to you, my man. Hey, listen, we don't have a lot of time, but I want you to share your testimony about fasting. I want you to tell the folks about how you're fasting, and then I want you to tell the folks about your exercise program that you use while you're fasting, without any food in your stomach. What kind of weights you're lifting, and basically your entire exercise program. And then if we have a little bit of time, maybe we'll talk about your book.
Actually, Ben, your introduction that you just gave about fasting is just 100% spot on and accurate. And I'm only referencing that to what my direct experience has been with fasting itself. The first thing that I just want to say is we just have this interactive relationship that works like, inhale, exhale, as we sow, so shall we reap. And so what I'm referring to is we get to decide what goes into our body, but then there's this divine intelligence of Mother Nature that determines what comes out of the body. And so what happens is, even though I'm not eating for the first 7 days of the month, I'm still going to the bathroom every day, giving nature a chance to get in there and clean out all the things that that needs to come out. That this intelligence is smarter than any doctor on earth. Nature knows exactly what our body does not need. And so as a result of doing all this cleansing, I have fasted a total of 119 days since May of last year. And I've never felt so good in my life, Ben. I go to the gym every day, and now I can bench press 80 pounds over my weight, and my lifetime goal is 100 pounds over my weight. People at the gym are just absolutely fascinated. I have no wrinkles in my skin. My body, I look chiseled. I just can't believe how strong I am. Whenever ailments are going around, diseases and colds and flus and all that, it doesn't affect me. It affects others, but it never affects me. And so I can't really say enough good things about it, except that I've come to the conclusion that we as a civilization are dying from diet and misinformation. Also,
they should call it kill it. They shouldn't call it diet, right, Tabiti?
Yeah, kill it, yeah. As a matter of fact, what happens is we take showers and baths, and then what happens is because the internal condition is neglected, I suspect that the hospitals are just packed with people that are suffering because of the neglect of having cleansed the inside of our bodies. And so instead of talking about it, I decided to just sort of put myself out there and just lead by example and show, look, this is what will happen if we get into compliance with these rules that are governing nature.
Now, what's the first thing you eat, Tabiti, when you're done with your fast?
A banana.
That's the first thing you have?
I eat a banana. Yeah, the reason why I eat a banana, and I'm a kale addict. Boy, don't get me started on kale. But the reason why I do the banana is because in my observation, I noticed that a cow eats nothing but grass its entire life, and it becomes a 2-ton animal, never suffering from a protein deficiency or anything. In fact, the only problem the cow has is man. And so what I learned was that all of the nutritional requirements for a cow is contained in the grass. And so the banana has the same relationship with the human being. In other words, all of the nutritional requirements for the human being is actually contained in the banana. You said that's why apes and monkeys, if you put a $50,000 diamond or a banana in front of the monkey or the ape, what do you think they're going to pick?
Right. Well, obviously. Now, when you're working out, if you haven't had anything to eat, you don't notice any wooziness or dizziness or any kind of strength issues when you're lifting weights?
Not anymore, Ben. Not in the beginning, when the toxins and old vaccines in my body were being eliminated, I would experience that initially. But what I've learned is that the cleaner we get on the inside, the easier fasting becomes. And in fact, Ben, for the entire 7 days, I'm just not even hungry. I can go on a 10-mile hike in the desert every day and feel just fine.
That's so impressive. How would you recommend people start a fasting program? Just do it, or should they break themselves in slowly?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because fasting is the most feared and most misunderstood cure of all ailments and disease. And the truth is that the more contaminated a person is on the inside, the harder fasting is to do. The fasting is basically having to face one's truth. You can't believe your way out of this. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't read your way out of it. This is an actual truth. This is between you and Mother Nature, the actual status of your condition. So
it becomes revealed to you? Are you saying it becomes revealed to you? Your health condition becomes revealed to you? You can't hide from it?
Absolutely.
Got it.
Absolutely. Yeah, because what happens is during fasting, the tongue becomes coated, revealing the internal condition of your organs. In other words, all the mucus and pus that's covering, the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, and all that becomes revealed. The tongue is called the magic mirror. And so, but what people need to do is you have to go through what's called a transition diet into fasting, meaning where you start to you wean yourself off of the things that are coming into your body causing the problem. For example, what happens is the body is constantly trying to get rid of this substance that shows up as sleep in the eyes, wax in the ears. We catch colds because the body's trying to expel all this nasty stuff that we put into the body. And so the fundamental premise is, if your body's trying to get rid of this, why are you putting it in there?
Right.
So
you know what else people have to confront their emotions?
On time, buddy.
I know. And I want to give your website out real quick.
Well, my website is thepower.com and thepower.org. And then my email, you can contact me via email, and I can be happy to let you know the books that I recommend. They're by Professor Arnold Ehret. That's Arnold, E-H-R-E-T. As far as to get the proper instruction on fasting.
And they can find out about your book. I wish we had time to talk about that. We'll have to have you back on again.
Yes, and they can learn all about the stuff that I do and everything at thepower.com and, mainly thepower.org.
Okay, thepower.com and thepower.org. Thanks, Tabiti. I'll give you a call later on, buddy, okay? All right, that was my good friend, Reverend Tabiti, talking about fasting. He's been fasting the first 7 days of every month for the last year or so. And he says he feels better than ever before. That's amazing stuff. All right, got so much to talk about when it comes to nutrition, and we just don't have enough time, and I apologize for that, folks. On our next Bright Side episode, we'll continue talking about bone-building nutrition. Check out my website, pharmacistben.com. We will talk to you all later, folks.
There's a huge and hushed-up conspiracy going on that's about to turn your lives upside down in the coming few months. Unbelievably, the media are keeping quiet about this. I'm sure they know it, but they probably know that revealing it on TV will generate mass hysteria and chaos. But I believe you should be informed about it, because when the sinister agenda is finally accomplished and everything unravels, only those who know this secret info will survive and thrive. Go to 123conspiracy.com right now to see the truth. The video at 123conspiracy.com reveals the real secret reason why Obama is after your guns and ammo. And it's not just in response to mass murders of preparing for war. It's something much darker. Go watch the video now at 123conspiracy.com before they shut it down. Again, that's 123conspiracy.com.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.